The Seattle Mariners 2012 campaign is underway here on Root Sports. The season opens with a core of young talent mixed in with some seasoned veterans that are looking to get after it and compete in an AL West division that improved greatly during the offseason. Eric Wedge's philosophies are based on respecting the game.
I want good, strong, tough ball players. You know, and I want them to be smart, I want them to be disciplined, and I want them to enjoy the ball game.
All traits he believes will build a solid foundation for this organization and propel the Mariners to a division championship in the near future. This season starts in the land of the rising sun, where one of the country's most prominent figures and future Hall of Famer returns to play in one of the world's largest cities.
Ichiro jumping, mystic catch.
Felix will get the start, hoping to show the Pacific Rim and the rest of the nation why he's earned the nickname the King.
Strike three, struck him out.
It's one of the most riveting moments in Seattle's baseball history as the Mariners prepare to open the season against the Oakland A's in Japan. Get ready for baseball as you've never seen it before, and it's coming your way next on Root Sports.
The Tokyo Dome. This is where Major League Baseball starts for the 2012 campaign. It's Mariner Baseball coming at you, everybody. It's the Mariners taking on the Athletics in the opening series of this year. Good morning. Thought we'd never be saying that. Good morning from Root Sports headquarters. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers back together again for another year of Mariner Baseball. So glad we could have you with us this morning. And not to mention the folks here in Seattle, but around the world watching this presentation. Mike, this is going to be fun. This is a little bit different. We're calling the game from here in Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, Washington. But what's going through the minds of the guys right now? They're over in Japan getting ready to fire things up.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about time change and how unique this situation is for the players. But right now, after they went out to the lines for the introductions, I think they're ready to go. They're not worried about any of that. They have Felix going for them tonight. The guys are pretty excited to get this thing underway.
One thing that I'm sure you're aware of at home, the time difference coming from the West Coast, going out to Japan, long flight. What kind of effect can we expect on the bodies of these guys in the next couple of tonight and tomorrow?
Well, I think they're going to be okay going to Japan. They've had a few days where they played some exhibition games. I'm more concerned about the flight back. I think these two games, I think they'll be sharp. Everything will be okay. But again, with the time change, moving back might be a different thing.
Going to be interesting. A lot of optimism, obviously, to start a baseball season. The Mariners think they've improved. 67-95 last year. The offense not real good, but they think they can turn it around and get things going here this year. As you see, Ichiro, he's been a focal point of a lot of attention these last few days in Japan.
Well, he has been. I'm sure he's been swarmed by everybody. He's a superstar back in Japan as he is here in the United States, but a little bit different for him. So as he goes back to Japan, things a lot different. Hitting third in the lineup for the Mariners, that's a big change for him. I'm sure he's had to answer a lot of questions as far as that goes.
You got to look there at Muniori Kawasaki. He's an infielder, and he may see a lot of action as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's ballgame.
Well, we've talked about it for Eric Wedge, the manager of the Mariners, making some changes. And leading things off, it will be Sean Figgins playing third, so he will lead off. Ackley second. Ichiro, the big story, he will hit third. Then it's Smoke. The newcomer, Montero, the DH, hitting fifth in the lineup. Then it's Carpo Level. Michael Saunders will get the start in center field. Franklin Gutierrez will be out a while longer, so Michael Saunders will get the start hitting eighth, and then it's Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, hitting ninth. Brandon McCarthy will get the start for the A's. Pitched well against the Mariners last year. In his 4 starts, he ended up with a 1-3 record, but he had an ERA that was a 1.99. The Mariners only hit 171 off of him. Lack of run support hurt him, so he was a hard-luck pitcher against the Mariners, even though he pitched well. Bob Melvin, some changes for the A's on their defense. In the outfield, you have Josh Reddick coming over from the Red Sox. He will be in right field. Cepedis, the Cuban-born player, he is in center field. Coco Crisp will move from center over to left field, and Sogard gets to start at third base. Pennington and Weeks up the middle for the A's. Brandon Allen will be the first baseman, and the veteran Kurt Suzuki will do the catching.
So here's a look at what's happening in the Tokyo Dome. How do you like this ballpark? You played in Japan for a while. What do you remember about this ballpark?
Well, I think it reminds me a lot of Tropicana Field in Tampa, a little bit of the Metrodome, the old Metrodome in Minnesota. You can see the ceiling. The guys will have to pay attention to that, but it is turf. They are indoors. Ball will ricochet around a little bit, but that's basically that. I'm sure it's something they're all familiar with.
What do you remember about the carry? How's the ball carry in
The
there?
ball will jump. Where they're expecting a sellout here, 45,000 plus, so it's going to be hot inside the dome. I think the ball will carry well. It's only 328 down both lines, 400 to center. So the outfielders are going to have their work cut out for them trying to track the fly balls.
This young man right there, Yoenis Cespedes from Cuba, $36 million. They paid a lot of bucks to get this guy in the lineup for the Oakland Athletics, as we are moments away from the first pitch of the 2012 season. We've been waiting a long time for this. And how about the fact that here it is just the 28th? This is probably the earliest, I'm pretty sure it's the earliest Major League Baseball has kicked off a regulation game in its history.
Well, I think that you're right. And the A's, they have a little experience with this. In 2008, they opened up in Japan. So they've had some guys on their club, a few anyways, that had some experience, probably talked about it on their flight over there. But for the Mariners, it's new for them. And it's a little unusual. We talked about it after these two games. They will fly back to Arizona, have some days off there, and then play a couple of games to get ready to go back into Oakland to finish up the series. So it's an unusual series, but it's opening day nonetheless.
Absolutely. A lot of excitement, even here at about 3:05 here Pacific time. Excitement as you look at Muniori Kawasaki, a new addition to the Mariner Ball Club. And given that this is a Japanese feed, we'll be seeing a lot of he and Ichiro.
Well, there's no question that we'll see both of them. And I think that you should expect that. Again, he's a superstar there. I had an opportunity to play in Japan in '99 when Ichiro was a big star over there. It's a lot like Jordan was over here. That's how big a star he is in Japan. So you're going to see him doing a lot of different things as the game is moving on. Little unusual start here. Brandon McCarthy not out on the field. The bullpens are actually underneath the stands. So I wonder if there's maybe some communication problems or some confusion there. It's unusual for the team to be out on the field and not the pitcher.
Umpire, here comes McCarthy right now. Umpires for today's game. Tom Hallian has home plate. Jeff Nelson at first. Marvin Hudson at second and Dan Molino at third. Nice trip for these guys as well.
That's an experience, and I know that a lot of people outside of even the players, just all the people that went over from the Mariners and the A's, front office, a lot of the guys, Rick Riz, of course, is over there working the radio, and I know they've enjoyed their experience. For a lot of them, it'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience to go over to Japan and enjoy this.
We checked the temperature over in Tokyo. It's about 57 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Although, and it's interesting, it almost looks like they have the air conditioning not on. I mean, air conditioning might even be on and the temperature's low because a lot of people see them in overcoats. So right there you see guys in their A's gear. And here's McCarthy. Here's a guy that basically a fastball curve, sinker, cutter guy. Throwing a lot more strikes this last year. He had 3 stress fractures in the course of his career in his right shoulder.
Had a lot of success pitching against the Mariners as far as his ERA goes. And again, the Mariners only hitting 171 off of him last year. Not an overpowering pitcher. He will try to sink it, going to try to keep the ball on the carpet, give his infielders an opportunity to play behind him. So the Mariners, as far as putting the ball in play, that should not be a difficult task for them today.
What Billy Beane did, moving a lot of players off of his roster from a year ago. I mean, Craig Breslow's out, and Cahill's gone. All that. He's changed the entire starting rotation for the most part.
Yeah, some guys injured. Yeah.
Got the Sizemore kid that they got hurt. Scott Sizemore tore an ACL early in spring training. So he's out. He was the projected third baseman. Ichiro, of course, the big news is going to be batting third. And here's a guy that's done well during the spring. He's back in the leadoff spot. Very comfortable there. We speak of Sean Figgins.
You know, one of the things that we heard from Eric Wedge about Figgins in spring training is how patient he was at the plate. It's amazing. Sometimes things will change. Opening day starts, things change. Hopefully he'll be patient now.
First pitch is a strike from McCarthy, and we are underway here in the 2012 Major League Baseball season. Figgins hit just a .188 last year in 81 games, coming off a torn hip labrum that kept him out of play in the latter stages of the season, last, 6 weeks or so. Tell you what, he's a lot more comfortable this year coming in. Talked to him down in spring training. He got married. He's healthy. He said being healthy is the biggest thing. Bouncing ball down to the shortstop, Pennington. One down. This is certainly a first for me. I've been lucky to broadcast a lot of things. I've never done a game like this. I've done audition tapes for 5 or 6 minutes, but this is totally different.
It is different. But we're here with the fans that are up this morning. The Northwest, 3 o'clock in the morning. We're here with you.
I wonder, what's the preferred breakfast at 3 a.m. here in Seattle? At 3 a.m. watching a baseball game. Kind of too early, kind of late for a beer, isn't it?
I'd start with a cup of coffee, probably.
Yeah, amen. High test. Here's Ackley. Ackley in the 2-hole. Pretty much cement him in there. He's coming off an outstanding run in his 90 games after being called up last year. 273, 6 homers, and 36 runs batted in. Had 7 triples. Chopper goes down to Jemiah Weeks. To Brandon Allen for 2 down.
Looks like McCarthy has the heavy sinker going early. Again, when he's right, you're going to see a lot of ground balls.
Well, here's the ovation that we expected. Ichiro, his first official at-bat as a major leaguer in a regulation game in his native country of Japan. If he gets a base hit, I think they may go crazy.
Count on it.
2 outs here in the Mariners first. Flash bulbs popping. Tom Hallion barking out a strike to Ichiro. Mariners all-time hit leader, 2,428 hits. What do you think Ichiro's year last year? 184 hits. His previous low was 206.
I think if you look at it, there's a correlation with the amount of infield hits that he didn't get last year. About half as many as he usually does. Sometimes that you wonder, too, maybe trying to do too much. A lot of people have been talking this is his 11th season in the big leagues. He's played a lot of baseball over the course of his career. I think that's one of the reasons for the move, taking him out of that leadoff spot, hitting him third.
I'm curious to see how this works. I mean, they're not asking him to be, I know talking to Eric Wedge, not asking him to be a power guy, but he says, you know, he's so, he has so a deep well of baseball instincts that he's going to figure something out.
Well, I think the main thing is I agree. I don't see him over the course of his career, the great career that he has had, making a lot of changes just because he's hitting third.
2-2 for McCarthy.
I think it really comes down to Figgins and Ackley, whoever's going to be hitting in front of him, and let him get his base hits with men in scoring position. I don't expect for him to all of a sudden go out and hit 20, 25 home runs.
Doubles and triples will work. And both Figgins and Ackley, good speed up top. Payoff pitch. Chopper. Going to be tough. Not going to get him base hit.
Now we're just talking about infield hits, and there he goes. Gets his first infield hit of the season. Typically, he's been around 60, 65 infield hits on average. Last year, a little over 30. But again, another chopper off of McCarthy. McCarthy has a heavy sinker going right now. It looks like he's trying to cut the fastball a little bit, too. So the Mariners are going to have to try to elevate the ball if they want to do any damage against him.
Try the itchy meter. The traditional meter, she's there.
Yeah, she is there.
All right, very nice. Ichiro takes his lead. Smoke the hitter. Mariners going to do anything. This is the guy who's going to be a big generator for offense. We saw what he did through, mid-June last year before the injuries caught up to him. He was outstanding.
Well, he's hitting 263 with 12 home runs, 40 RBIs at the beginning of June, mid-June. You put those numbers out there, he's right around 24, 25 home runs, pushing 90 RBIs. I think the Mariners will take that right now.
Evidently, Ichiro was on the move. Yes, he was. That was fouled back. Well, Justin has accepted the challenge. Here's Ichiro. He takes off. The pitch is fouled off. He had that bag stolen. Ichiro last year, 40 stolen bases, caught 7 times.
I think you look at the Mariners offense and right in the middle of the order, they have some young guys, some talented guys, but the people that they're really going to rely on, Justin Smoke. Then you have Montero coming over from the Yankees. And, of course, what Carp did last year, probably the most consistent hitter they had in the second half of the season and the damage he did. So they need him to pick it up right where he left off.
Smokes accepted the challenge of pretty much the numbers you were talking about from Eric Wedge. Give me something, high 20s, give me 90, 95. Just change his diet, Smoke.
Oh, he looked great in spring training. And getting the opportunity to talk to him, those are his expectations too. And that's nice to hear.
2-1 pitch.
His issue last year, a big part of it was injuries. He was hurt 3 different times and had to deal with that.
Lost his dad too.
Yeah.
Remember the balls he hit in Detroit, opposite field, the batting left-handed, and hit it. That would have left even in the original configuration of the ballpark there in Detroit.
He hit it out into the Mariners bullpen, up over the bullpen in left center field, well over 400 feet away. And that's something that the Mariners need to see consistently from Justin Smoke.
Trail goes again, 2-2, breaking ball, he went. That'll do it for the Mariners. Top of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. Then a home first for the Athletics, no score. Mariners and the Athletics kicking off the 2012 baseball season. Let's take a look at the A's lineup.
Leading things off, the good-looking rookie of last year, Jamil Weeks, will lead things off. Then it's Pennington Crisp will hit third. Smith, Suzuki, Reddick, Cepedas, we've heard a lot about him. The young player from Cuba will hit 7th. Then it's Allen, and Sogard, the third baseman, hits 9th. Felix Hernandez, his 5th opening day start for Felix. He has pitched well. 3-0 in opening day starts with an ERA of 1.70, and he was dominant against the A's last year. Eric Wedge hoping to see that type of performance from him last year. Opening day, a complete game. Again, dominant. Felix probably around 100 pitches today, maybe 110 if he gets through some easy innings.
So Felix Hernandez getting the start here. I remember last year in that game, I think it was Willingham took him deep, and then
that was it.
He dialed it up another notch or two, and he shut him down. Here's Felix's first pitch to Weeks. Pitch outside. Jamal Weeks called up after the season got underway. Played 97 games. Had a nice impact on this A's ball club as Felix pours in a strike. He had 303, 2 homers and 36 runs batted in. It was did a good job of stealing bases too. 22 out of 33.
Mariners play the A's 19 times this year, this being the first game, and I think the key to it is going to be Weeks, Coco, Crisp, and Pennington. Try to keep the first 3 off the bases. They will run, try to make things happen. The A's have struggled with their offense, and I think that Weeks is going to be a guy that you have to keep him off the bases if you can, because he will run every opportunity, try to manufacture runs.
They were 13th in hitting at 244, just ahead of the Mariners.
And I think that especially is true against Felix. Managers aren't going to wait around hoping for a 3-run inning off of Felix.
Shot foul.
Couldn't tell if Weeks hit Miguel Olivo, the catcher, with the follow through on a swing. Well, he ended up getting a piece of Miguel.
Saw Felix down in spring training and I said, "Hi, I'm looking for Felix." "Oh, you're Felix Hernandez. You lost that much weight?" Boy, he looks fantastic. He's got weeks 1 and 2.
I think that says a lot about him. When you consider the success he's had at such a young age at the major league level, and to go back and basically transform his body to try to get even better. Here's a guy that logs a lot of innings for the Mariners.
Solid base hit up the middle for Weeks. Saunders will get back in.
After that base hit to center field, let's take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners. We saw Saunders out at center field. Ichiro in right. Mike Karp will get the start and let Figgins at third. Brendan Ryan and Dustin Ackley up the middle for the Mariners. Justin Smoke, the first baseman in this opener, and Miguel Olivo, home run leader for the Mariners last year, will be behind the plate.
There's Cliff Pennington, the shortstop. He had a career best 264 last year, and that was the best batting average on the team. And that was the lowest number by an Oakland player in history. She said they didn't hit a lot. 244 as a team last year. Pitching is what the A's were about last year. A 3.71 ERA, third behind the Angels and Rays. There's a strike. Tom Hallion will keep you awake this morning.
All the way from Japan. You can hear him. Veteran umpire. I think it has to be a treat for the umpires to get an opportunity to go over and get some work in for a couple of games. Switch things up for them a little bit.
2-1. Mariners with Figgins, Ryan, Ackley, and Smoke in the infield. Karp, Saunders, and Ichiro in the outfield. Olivo behind the dish. Let's look at Coco Crisp, their center fielder a year ago, moved over to left now with Cespedes joining the ball club. Weeks back safely. Felix doesn't have a great move, but he'll keep you honest. He will, if you start getting a little far off, he'll throw over.
That's another one of the things that he's improved on. His first couple of years, he didn't worry about holding anybody on. He's much better at it now. He's so athletic.
Yeah, we've seen him do a fabulous job. Anything within 4 or 5 feet radius, does a great job. He fields bunts, attacks it really well.
Well, the other thing that he does too, holding runners now, is not just a quick move to first, but he'll change things up, hold the ball, switch up his timing.
3-1. This one is at center field. Saunders is there.
Weeks looked like he was in good shape. He rounded second, but he re-tagged the base on his way back to first, so I think he's in good shape.
Here's Coco Crisp. Here's Billy Beane. Did you see Moneyball?
I did.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I went in with low expectations. I won't lie to you. And I thought I was entertained. I understand there were some baseball things that, and you as a guy who played for a while, did you pick out some things maybe that?
Oh, you pick out a lot of things.
Yeah.
Did
it bother you as you were watching?
I tried not to let it, because I went with my boys, and they really enjoyed it, and that's the reason why I went to the movie. So I just kind of gave them a pass on that.
Right.
Thing.
Here's a throw by Olivo. Weeks is in safely. There's Ackley covering on a play. Stolen base for Weeks.
Well, it didn't take long. We talked about Weeks going to run if he's able to get on base, and after a single, he takes off on the pitch. He stole that off of Felix. That's a tough play for Olivo. Pitches down and away from him. But it was a great jump by Weeks. You see him dive into second base. We see Dustin Ackley trying to keep that ball in front of him, a short hop.
One out runner at second. Chris, 3-hole hitter, chops one. Ackley takes care of it for the second out. Moving to third is Weeks. Here's a guy they brought over from Colorado, Seth Smith. He was acquired for pitcher Guillermo Moscoso and Josh Outman. Spent 8 years in the Colorado organization. 284 hitter last year, 15 homers, 59 RBIs. It was 17 and 52 the year before. Last year, batting average wise, he picked it up from 246 to 284. Strike one. Mariners will see those Rockies too. Rockies and Arizona, we go to see them. Dodgers and Giants come to see the Mariners. National League West.
Always liked Seth Smith with the Rockies. I thought he did a really good job for them. Initially, he was a pinch hitter. That's where he got the bulk of his work, was coming off the bench, trying to hit late in games. And he won a lot of games for the Rockies in the last few years, getting a chance to play regularly.
Ripped foul. I think he hurt the Mariners with a late game base hit when we were there a couple 3 years ago.
You see Felix trying to get in on his hands with that last fastball. See if he tries to go away with the great changeup.
Go through the signs again.
I'm having a tough time seeing Olivo. You can see Olivo put his fingers in the chalk trying to help him out.
2-2. Kurt Suzuki comes out again. You look at him, looks like he's got fluorescent nail polish on it or tape on there so his pitchers can see. Check out that grip.
Last pitch. He's so difficult. He has plus pitches across the board. Throw him at any time. There's the great changeup. Yeah.
Struck him out. So Felix's first strikeout. 2012 gets him out of a little bit of a difficulty in the first inning. No score from Tokyo. Back to the Japan opening series on Root Sports. There are many subtle differences between the Japanese game and the American game. Jen Mueller tells us more about one such variation for the fans in the stands.
Watching in the stairwells and aisles. Smoking is prohibited in the dome. Please smoke only in the designated areas.
That's not a sound that you hear often at Safeco Field, but it's quite common during batting practice here at the Tokyo Dome. It's a safety precaution, and the gentlemen in the uniforms are keeping a close eye on the batting cage. Every time the ball leaves the park, they sound the whistle to alert the fans in that section that they should be looking out for the ball coming at them. It's a pretty nifty move, guys, and I got to tell you, these fans on their toes because the Mariners have been hitting it out of the park.
All right, Jen, thank you very much, and hopefully that will carry over here into regular action. Here's Jesus Montero, his first official at bat. Ground ball fielded by the third baseman Sogard, and he throws him out. The Montero, Corp, and Olivo 5, 6, and 7 here in the top of the second. I'll bring up Mike Carp. Montero keeping that 63 number that he picked up as a rookie with the Yankees. It meant so much to him finally arriving to the major leagues. And, hold on to it. It's unusual to see a guy wearing a number that high.
Yeah, it's my understanding that he actually liked number 21, but Franklin Gutierrez is going to hang on to that one for a while longer.
Yeah.
So he decided to stay with 63.
Here's Mike Carp. Carp had a fabulous run during the month of July and August last year. 349 in July, 313 in August. And that long hitting streak. 20-game hitting streak from July 30 to August 21st. Hit 363 during that run.
Well, from July 22nd to the end of the season, he was 20% of the Mariners' offense. As far as RBIs go, he was driving in a lot of runs for the Mariners.
Allen will take it. 2 outs. Here's a look at the impact that Mike Carp had last year.
Yeah, that's what they want to see this year. I think Mike up and down a number of times for the Mariners last year. Things started kicking in for him the second half of the season. I think he came with consistent playing time, and actually Eric Wedge telling him that he was going to be in the lineup every day. When you get that sort of confidence from your manager and you don't have to worry about an 0 for 3 whether you're going to play anymore, let your abilities go out, help your club out, and that's exactly what happened with Mike.
And that first stint, June 8, July 2, excuse me, 15 games. Here's Olivo, home run and RBI leader last year for the Mariners. First catcher, team history to do that.
Had to catch a lot of games last year. I would see that number go down this year. They're going to try to give him a few more days off. It was necessary last year, but I think this year he'll get a break a little more often.
It'll work. Montero and Weeks will throw him out in an easy inning for McCarthy. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the second. Glad you're with us here on Root Sports. The start of the baseball season from Japan. Root Sports is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by the Emerald Queen Casino. It's time to rock with Big and Rich, April 14th at the Emerald Queen Casino with special guest Cowboy Troy. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Good look at Mount Fuji, about 60 miles from Tokyo. Highest mountain in Japan. And for the numbers, for you numbers guys, 12,389 is the height. Mariner baseball as we go to the home second for the Athletics. Felix Hernandez pitching to Kurt Suzuki. It'll be Suzuki, Josh Reddick, and Yoenis Cespedes, 5, 6, and 7 for the A's. You taking a lot of the scenics when you were in Japan?
Oh yeah, you have to. I was there for about 5 months. the neat things is the bullet train.
That's what I heard.
I really enjoyed traveling.
Giddy up there, right?
It is. It is.
They do 100 plus?
Oh, yeah. And when you're standing out on the dock and one of them just coming through, you better back up. But they have some, inside the cars are great, too. They have a first class, a business class. It's really nice, yeah.
I understand we're doing a train again this year. We had that one trip, New York, Boston, Cleveland. There's a strike. Remember last year? That was fun last year.
I enjoyed it.
New York to Boston.
Sure.
And let's see, we're doing that trip. I believe that's in May. And I was told that we are doing a train again. Yeah, we're got a Sunday afternoon game. It's like Mother's Day in New York. Strike 3 called. Suzuki. He's gone. That's 2 strikeouts back to back here for Felix.
Felix looks like he's still trying to find his breaking ball. But you can see the changeup. That's the circle change. He has that pitch. He's had a couple of strikeouts with that pitch. And you see Suzuki just locked him up with it. He gets tremendous movement on his changeup. And it looks like the same thing with his fastball right now. He's around 94 miles an hour with some good sink to his fastball. Still trying to get a good feel for his breaking ball.
There's Josh Reddick bouncing ball to Ackley. Quick 2 outs. Calendar full of appointments you can't wait for. It's the Mariners' magnetic schedule that reminds you when to catch the team in action this season. It's being given away to all fans at Mariners' home opener. It's coming up on Friday, April 13th. Thanks to Safeco Insurance. Pick up your tickets opening night right now at Mariners.com. Well, here's Cespedes, 26 years old, highly regarded player out of Cuba, star player in there, and it's the jackknife out of the way. Starred as a center fielder on their 09 World Baseball Classic team. He had 458 in 6 games. It's his big league debut. He was a YouTube sensation. There's not a heck of a lot of video. There's like one piece of video the A's saw, and they went with it. They had to have him. They went $36 million for him. It's 333 in a Cuban league a couple of years ago. 33 homers and 99 ribbies.
It looks like a big, strong athlete. Obviously, he can run if he's playing center field. Go get it.
Felix starts getting that pitch over. Lights out.
We're talking about him trying to find the feel for the curveball. That's the best one he's thrown. Hard curveball, 12-6 action on the curveball. Tough pitch to square up.
1-2. Got him to chase. Olivo will throw down the smoke, and Felix has a nice inning. Crisp, clean and refreshing and quick. As we go to the third, Mariners in athletics, no score.
spring training. You and I had a lot of discussions about Michael last year.
Oh, my goodness.
Just way too patient, constantly falling behind the count in spring training. Just like that.
There we go. And he talked about it. Hey, man, this is last chance for me. I'm coming out. I'm going to be aggressive. And his first pitch of the regular season, he gets a base hit.
And that's exactly what he was doing in spring training. As we mentioned last year, he was in 0-2 counts consistently, 1-2. Difficult to hit in those counts. You take a look at his numbers. And he's really struggled, but in spring training, he made up his mind over the course of the winter. He went back to Colorado to work on some things, but I think the biggest thing was just his attitude and just coming into spring training with exactly what you were talking about, Dave, and that is he was going to be aggressive and let the chips fall where they may. He's such an athletic kid. He just needs to give himself an opportunity. That's a good sign right there, jumping on that first pitch fastball and hitting it hard into right field.
Gotta love it. You probably did this, too. One of the things that Saunders did, got a lot of video of great hitters, not just left-handers, but right-handers, but guys who are good hitters, and what they were doing in terms of getting through the zone, using their lower half. And again, going back to the whole aggression. In tight to Ryan, 1-1.
I think that's a great idea. All those things help you build your confidence, which he obviously needed to do because he struggled mightily last year. But I think, again, just if you can get into the mindset of being more of an athlete and going up there and letting your natural abilities take over, you give yourself a much better chance. Even the best hitters are going to struggle in the counts that Michael was having to hit in. And he can steal a base for you. He's a big man, but he can really run and steal a base for you. We've seen that from him. But I think there's some power in his bat that we just haven't had the opportunity to see yet.
You and I always talk about when we see Detroit, look at Brennan Bosch. And think, same body type, but that kid cuts it loose all the time. And that's what Saunders is trying to be. Here's 1-1 to Ryan. Runner goes in there with a stolen base, Michael Saunders.
And it's what we talked about with Michael. Gets himself into scoring position. Take a look at the jump. Gets a good jump. Solid throw from Suzuki down to second, but Saunders able to slide in under the tag from Weeks. See if Brendan Ryan hit the ball to the right side and move Michael up to third.
10 out of 13 and stolen bases for Saunders last year. Career best back at High Desert, went for 27 back in 2007. 1-2 the count to Ryan. Pulled it backhand. A runner goes. He is out.
And that's a mistake. The fielder's choice for Brendan Ryan, but Michael has to make sure that ball gets through. There's nobody out. Ball hit to the right of the shortstop. Probably the only play that Pennington is going to have is to go to third. I think with the way that Brendan Ryan can run, I doubt he's able to make a throw to first to get him. So that's a mistake by Michael Saunders. You have to make the ball go through. Something you're taught as a base runner. If you're standing out there and the ball is to your right, you wait. It goes to your left, then you can move up.
So one out top of the order. Here's Figgins. Led off the ball game with a ground out to short.
Michael holds his ground there. You probably have Brendan Ryan at first. Now you have a first and second situation with nobody out. With Felix on the mound, you can bet that Figgins probably lays one down here to move the runners up, but this changes everything.
Runner goes, and he's out. 2 down. Caught stealing.
Another one of the things Eric Wedge talked about in spring training is he has some guys that can run, and he's going to turn them loose. If you take a look at the throw from Suzuki, great pitch to throw on. Just a fastball right down the middle. As Pennington comes over and puts the tag on Brendan Ryan.
Marvin Hudson, the umpire there. Easy call for him. One and one to Figgins. Foul.
That's a good idea. Figgins able to see Sogard playing back behind third base.
Figgins trying to get back to where he was as an Angel. He was a 298 career hitter coming into his Mariners tenure. It's been a struggle here. 2-2.
Figgy spent a lot of time in the spring. He's played third, short, center, and left. Breaking ball, chop foul.
McCarthy through the first couple of innings staying with the good hard sinker, but he's starting to mix his breaking ball in a little bit more.
First opening day start for McCarthy. He was named to this gig about 3 weeks ago. Bob Melvin didn't waste any time. 2-2. Breaking ball. Weeks will charge and throws out Figgins. So base running not real good in the third for the Mariners. No score from Tokyo. From the Tokyo Dome, where the Mariners and the Athletics, no score, bottom of the third. Jen Mueller has made the trip to Japan and has been busy roaming the concourses of the Tokyo Dome to file this report.
Here's a look at the concession stand in the Tokyo Dome. You'll notice some familiar favorites and then some of the local cuisine here, along with bento boxes. We could have had a hot dog, but we decided to try one of these instead. I'll let you know how it is. Anything look good to you?
Hey, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Come on. A little early for a hot dog. Brandon Allen, the hitter. Allen, Sogard, and Weeks against Felix Hernandez. 8, 9, and 1. Brandon Allen, a youngster they are hoping it will mature. Here's a guy that hit 25 home runs at Reno a couple of years ago. Came over from Arizona last July at the trade deadline, and Felix sent Brad Ziegler to Arizona.
And you could see that he had his struggles last year, hitting 200 in the 52 games that he played in. Did have 6 home runs.
Good pitch. It all starts with Felix Hernandez with this franchise. Loves Seattle, has no intention of leaving. Chop foul. Harold Reynolds, our good buddy from MLB Network, was in a few weeks ago. Did a thing with Felix in 30 days, 30 clubs in 30 days, and said, which one of your pitches is the best one? Felix's response, all 5.
I'd have to agree with him.
Yeah, really. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Allen's gone. That's strikeout number 4. Give you an idea of what Felix has done here, Mike. Look at these numbers, are outstanding.
Now we take a look at his record: 46 wins, 31 losses. Go back and look at some of those losses. I guarantee you that run support and a lot of the no decisions, run support, the issue there. But you look at the innings, that he has pitched, the strikeouts and his ranks in those, the ERA overall, opponent's average under 230. If he's not the best pitcher in the American League, he's one of the top 2 or 3.
Eric Sogard, the hitter. Yeah, Felix, how about last year? 222 with the strikeouts against 67 walks. Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Well, you know, for me, I really have, especially the last couple of years, I've enjoyed watching him pitch. He gets another ground ball out to Ackley at second base. He handles it no problem. But I think the biggest thing is just to watch the man compete. Especially, and I know some of the days had to be frustrating for him. But I just, you know, you just know he's going to give you 8, 9 innings. He's going to compete to the bitter end. Never wants to give the ball up. They have a good one in him. And I hope you're right. I hope he ends up not going anywhere. He's special.
2 outs. Felix has given up 1 base hit to this man right here, Jamal Weeks.
By the way, let me know when you see out of the 100 or 110 pitches he's going to throw. Let me know when you see one that's straight.
Yeah. So you imagine what Olivo's thinking.
Well, yeah. Sure, his thumb will take a beating. See the tremendous movement on that fastball. That's a pitch that Felix really started to throw well 2 years ago, where on the left-handed hitters, he'll throw it in off the plate, try to make him give up on it and run it back on the inside corner, a la Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux threw it at about 85 miles an hour. Felix is more around the 94 area.
2-1 to Weeks.
To throw that pitch, you have to have a lot of confidence in your stuff and your command of that pitch, because so many pitchers try to stay away from it because they don't want it to leak out over the middle of the plate and get hurt.
Saunders, no problem. Felix, he has found his groove. Through 3, no score from Japan. It's unlike any other game at Safeco Field each season. It's opening night, and it's set for Friday, April 13th. Be on hand for the memorable evening that includes red carpet introductions, Mike Cameron's ceremonial first pitch, and Seattle's first look at Ichiro, Felix, and this year's team. Get tickets to take in the pageantry of opening night, April 13th at Mariners.com. Felix Hernandez has retired 9 in a row after giving up an opening base hit to Jamal Weeks.
See the good change up to Seth Smith. Take a look at the grip from Felix. Little circle change, and another one comes back to Suzuki and locks him up with it. Felix has had a lot of success on opening days. And again, 3-0, ERA at 1.70, and it looks early in the game like he has great command of his fastball and his changeup, and now he's starting to mix in that good 12-6 curveball, making things difficult for the A's. So now hopefully the Mariners give him a little bit of run support.
Needs it. 4 strikeouts for Felix. At one point he struck out 4 of 5, spanning the first 3 innings. Here's Dustin Ackley to lead it off here in the 4th. Ackley, Ichiro, and Smoke against Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy's given up no runs on 2 hits. Bad inning of base running for the Mariners last inning in the 3rd. Ackley grounded out to second in his first at bat. 2 hits, an infield hit by Ichiro in the first, and leadoff double by Saunders in the third.
We have a caught stealing and a strikeout for 2 of the 9 outs that McCarthy has gotten. The other 7 have been on the ground, Dave. And again, the heavy sinker that he throws, he used to try to throw harder, straighten things out a little bit, pitch up in the zone. That didn't work for him, and now he's throwing the super sinker up there. Again, just keeping the ball on the ground. Oh, it gives that one a good ride.
Sure does. That's going to leave the yard. How about Ackley? First home run for the Mariners, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Ackley starts his scoring for 2012 for Seattle. Last season, Ackley with 6 home runs in his 90 games after his call-up from Tacoma.
And there wasn't much doubt about it. McCarthy elevated a fastball. Looked like it was about belt high to Ackley. Ackley being aggressive, jumped all over. It gives it a good ride out to center field. It's 400 feet. That center field fence 13 feet high. No problem clearing that as Ichiro come to the plate.
Well, that's a jolt. Good one. Ackley had a home run a couple of nights ago in a 9-3 loss, an exhibition game. He's swinging back.
Yeah, another good sign. He hit that home run opposite field.
Yeah, that was impressive. The other night, yeah.
Yes. Ichiro with an infield hit his first time up.
Take strike count at 1-1. I look for a big bounce back here from Ichiro. Really do. Slicing infield hit. Pennington's seen this before. He's 2 for 2. Pennington must have nightmares playing against Ichiro the Mariners. He knows anything hit down there, he's going to have to hurry.
One of the interesting things is for 9 years, the shortstops, third baseman, they usually would play up short. Last year we noticed they actually started moving back to a normal depth. This ends up jamming Ichiro. You can see it breaks his bat. Pennington coming across the diamond actually makes a great play on it, but Ichiro able to beat it by half a step. So 2 infield hits for Ichiro here on opening day.
So Smoke with a chance to keep this baby going. Look at the infield hits. Big drop off from the year before. 38 in 2011. Boy, if he had finished at 184 in hits, that ended a run of 10 consecutive years for Ichiro, 201. What a difference that makes.
21 more hits for him on the grass. In this case, the artificial surface.
Oh, 0-1 to Smoke. Pitch out. Whoa! Just got away.
Not surprising to see Bob Melvin calling for a pitch out. Suzuki trying to cut down the running game. Eric Wedge has been aggressive early in the game. Saunders with a stolen base, and then Brendan Ryan was cut down trying to steal. I think it's another part of the game. We talked about the infield hits for Ichiro. I think that's something else that you'd like to see him do more of, and that is run as he takes off.
Swung on and bounced to Weeks. There's your runner up. Ichiro at second. One out here in the fourth.
Maybe that's something else that we're going to have to look at for Ichiro too, is running earlier in counts this year. Being the leadoff guy, having somebody hitting second behind him, but typically they will take more pitches. As Ichiro, he gets a good jump on this, probably has a real good chance to steal this base. But when you get hitting third, now you have the power guys up. They're not going to be patient. If they get a fastball to hit early in the count, you have to let them swing. So if he's going to steal bases this year, he might have to run earlier in counts.
Montero saw one pitch his first time up, bounced to third. Breaking ball for a strike. Montero, if you've not seen him before, has tremendous opposite field power. Baseball America's top catching prospect.
And I think because of that, I think he has a real good chance to hit for a high average. He lets the ball travel, hits it deep into the zone.
Off the fist. Hit it opposite field. It's caught out there by Reddick. Two outs. Josh Reddick, Boston Red Sox a year ago. Makes the catch for out number 2. We'll bring up Mike Carter.
Hey, look at this last pitch, running it in on the hands of Montero. Hits it off the label. Fine running catch by Reddick. Tried to double Ichiro off at second base. Looked like a shortstop instead of a right fielder on that play.
Yeah, looked good. Wearing a mouth guard. How many baseball players you see wearing mouth guards?
Not many.
Here's Carp. Boy, good biting action on that pitch from McCarthy. Long look by McCarthy. He's set. 0-1 to Carp. Fly ball, left field. And Coco Chris takes care of it. First run of the season. It's a home run by Ackley, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Welcome back. When we last saw Jen Mueller, she had acquired some tasty snacks from the concession stand. What surprises were in store? Well, here's Jen with the answer.
Remember that bento box I had that I picked out on the concourse? Well, it turns out I really wasn't adventurous. Take a look at what's inside. All familiar things, some fried rice, some dumplings, some meatballs, even a little egg roll, and of course it wouldn't be complete without some soy sauce and hot mustard. Now, this cost about 1,000 yen, which in dollars is somewhere between $10 and $12, which, guys, really isn't bad for ballpark food. Plus, it's all packed up and ready to take to your seat.
Nice and neat. I like it. Send some sushi. Here's a drive to left center field, and that's going to get into the gap. That's off the bat of Cliff Pennington. And a leadoff double here in the home fourth. There's a pitch up in the zone that he did not miss. Hey, next time you go over to Japan, what's the currency exchange? There you have it. Do you have any problems with currency when you were over there? How many years ago were we talking about?
99.
99, yeah. No problems?
No, I was fortunate. A lot like the Japanese players that come over here. When I went over there, I had an interpreter with me that helped me out with a lot of that, so that wasn't a problem.
Coco Crisp. He does his job, moves to the runner up. 1 out. To third goes Pennington.
Felix trying to protect that 1-run lead. He's going to need a strikeout. He's able to punch Seth Smith out, the DH, coming to the plate now his first time up. Throwing one of the better changeups in the game to get the strikeout.
He takes a good hack. Strike one.
One of the things I noticed with Smith when he was with Colorado, he's tough to get out inside. And I think that's why Felix's changeup was so effective to him the first time up. See if he goes back to that pitch. He wants a fastball away.
Smoke checks the runner, holds him, 2 down. That'll work. With 2 outs. You can enjoy the flexibility and experience the fun with the Mariners 6-game flex pack. You pick for the best dates, opponents, and special events, and we'll provide you the savings. Pick up your 6-game flex pack right now only at mariners.com/flex. Mariner Mooseman making a trip. Big attraction over in Japan, as he is here. When we go to the elementary schools, I mean, I did one a couple of years ago. We had Ichiro and Ken Griffey Jr. The guy who got the biggest response, Mariner Moose. I mean, it's amazing.
Can't feel bad about that.
Here's Suzuki. Kurt took a called 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Felix has 4 strikeouts, no walks. Giving up 2 hits. Well hit, left field. Carp can't get it. That'll tie the ball game. A line drive RBI double by Suzuki ties the score at 1-1.
Really great effort by Carp. Suzuki being aggressive early in the count. It's a shame, really, because Felix gets Smith out to ground out to the first baseman. Looks like he might get out of the inning, and line drive Carp with a diving effort. May as well give it a shot. It's going to be a double if he lets it bounce anyways. And right off the end of his glove. It's close. Great effort by Carp.
He's getting a lot more comfortable out there in left field. There's Josh Reddick. Grounded out to second. First time up. People root for the A's over there. Foul away. See the A's when the regular season resumes next week, late next week. It'll be weird. Friday, Saturday, off day Sunday. We'll travel, I guess, Saturday night from San Francisco or from Oakland rather, to Texas and have an off day on Sunday, which is unusual in the baseball season. Popped it up. Figgins taking charge, and there you have it. A's rally to tie. Double by Pennington. RBI by Suzuki. Score tied at 1.
Root Sports is brought to you by Northern Quest Casino, Spokane's newest destination resort. By Ford, we're local. Good look at Tokyo. 36.7 million people live in the metro area. It's the largest in the world. 1-1 ball game, top of the fifth coming up. Originally named Edo, surpassed 1 million residents back in the 18th century. With Brandon McCarthy and Felix Hernandez locked up in a 1-1 game, we begin the fifth. Glad you're with us this morning here in Seattle and around the world. Glad to have you with us. Here's Miguel Olivo, big bender for strike. Miguel 0 for 1. It'll be Olivo, Saunders, and Ryan. Just keep the coffee hot and keep it coming.
I'm working on my fourth cup now.
But who's counting? Mike, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. How are you?
You can see the A's offensively changing things up on Felix. They were really aggressive in that last inning. Felix ended up giving up a run and the lead.
Bouncing ball off the plate, charging Sogard. Low throw, can't dig it out. Allen. Levo's aboard.
See how they scored. I would give him a base hit. Levo always hustling down the line. Sogard playing deep.
Boy, I had a flashback to Chris Sabo looking at him with those glasses. Right?
Great call.
Sabo, they had those wraparound the elastic band deals, and they had those like what was content. Remember, it was those thick kind of glasses.
They were almost goggles.
Right, goggles. That's what I'm looking for. There you go. Thank you. More goggles.
Yeah.
Looked a little bit like Kurt Rambis too. Played for the Lakers. Here's Michael Saunders. Jumped on the first pitch he saw. Doubled to right. And there's breaking ball for strike. Well, I'm going to score that a base hit. I'm with you.
I gave him a hit.
Verify that. Saunders wanted to tighten up his swing this year, so Josh Bard's brother Mike had him work with TheraBands, tied him up around the top part of his body and make sure to get right to the ball a lot quicker. Michael said, listen, I'm a long-levered guy, so shorten it up a little bit. Off the glove of Suzuki.
Constantly throughout his career work on his mechanics, and a lot of it will be that trying to stay short to the ball. But again, I'll tell you this, I think just his overall attitude and approach at the plate, the mental side of it, has been the biggest adjustment he's made. And it worked for him in spring training, and so far, good news here in the opener.
Weeks to Pennington. Allen got him, double play. Nicely turned. Game 2 will be with you a little bit after 2 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Game 2, it'll be Jason Vargas. He's still around. Bartolo Colon. What's he, about 87?
I think he's retired a couple of times by now and making his comeback. Pitched for the Yankees last year.
Yep. Tomorrow's starters being brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank. Sterling Bank. Good to have those folks with us. 4, 8, and 10. And how about Vargas threw a lot of innings last year? And he had some stretches where he was really good.
And you can see McCarthy starting to get comfortable with his curveball, starting to start the hitters off with that pitch, get him off the sinker. Well, the starters looking like they want to pitch deep into this game.
Yep. You know, we talked about that trend turning with the Texas Rangers. So you starting to, do you get a feel that that's a baseball trend now? Starters, hey man, let's not do the 100 pitch and then I'm going to look at the dugout. Come get me. Get in the 7th inning, get deep.
Yeah, I think there's some of that. But I also think that because offensive numbers across the board have been down, pitchers are just being more aggressive and getting through those innings with their pitch counts.
Yep. Ground out to the shortstop Pennington. Double play, big help for McCarthy in this 1-1 ball game.
and the A's, the opener to the 2012 baseball season, a 1-1 score. They round up your coworkers, classmates, clients, and more and plan a group outing this season at Safeco Field. With tickets as low as $8 a seat, it's never been more affordable and fun to bring out your team to see our team. To reserve your group date, visit mariners.com/groups. Great look at the garden and waterfall at the team hotel where the Mariners are staying in Japan. It's beautiful. Inside the Tokyo Dome, Cespedes. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you from Root Sports headquarters here in Bellevue, Washington. Glad you could join us here for the opener. Happy opening day, everybody. Pitch. Cespedes struck out his first time up. Felix has 4 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a run on 3 hits. And hitting. Cespedes is on. He's batting in the 7th. Brandon Allen and Eric Sogard to follow.
Looked like a running fastball from Felix, and Cespedes trying to get out over the plate, ends up moving late, takes it off the wrist, it looks like.
Well, you mentioned earlier, there hasn't been a straight pitch yet.
No, and I doubt that they'll see one from Felix. As the game moves on and as velocity goes down, his fastball will actually start moving even more.
Munenori Kawasaki signed to the Mariners, made the ball club in Ichiro back in their homeland. There's Brandon Allen, struck out his first time up. Looks a strike. RBI double by Kurt Suzuki tied the score. That was in the 4th after Ackley in the top half of the 4th and a home run. Get the Mariners on the board. It's eerie, the similarities. You watch Kawasaki. His hero is Ichiro. He wears 61. He's kept 61. Sometimes when they're stretching, nice pitch there by Felix. If you didn't know, if you just sort of walk, hey, there's Ichiro. No, it's not. That's Moody.
Another changeup from Felix. Now you even watch him if you're behind him in the batting cage, just watching from a distance. You would make the mistake too.
Sure.
Similar style.
Kawasaki's putting himself quite nicely in strike 3 call, and there's a Tom Hallion punch out. 5 Ks for Felix.
And after the changeup, he comes back with a good fastball in the outside corner. See the 2-seam grip from Felix. Perfect pitch.
Sure was. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. A pleasant good morning to everybody. A little bit after 4 Pacific time. We've got 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. The A's are the home team tonight and tomorrow, or this morning and tomorrow. Eric Sogard, the 3rd baseman, rounded out to 2nd his first time up. Smoke will take this one. For the 2nd out, moving up to 2nd is Cespedes. Back to the top of the order, and brings up Jamal Weeks. Pretty excited about the start of the baseball season here, albeit in a different time zone, a different part of the world. But, you know, as a player, what's opening day like in terms of the anticipation building up to it?
Well, you're excited. You're excited about opening day. You're excited to have spring training over with. Although this is a unique situation because the Mariners are going back to spring training. But I think you have all those things, and then when you get to the ballpark. Great pitch again for Felix. Good changeup. Runs it back on the inside corner. You get to the ballpark, and there's so much going on. You just want to get the game started. Because baseball players, they do this every day. They want to get into their routines. and opening days are always different. You enjoy them, but you're happy to get the game underway also.
Get the pomp and pageantry, get it under your belt, and then move on. Didn't miss by much, 1-2.
Looked like Felix tried a cut fastball in the outside corner.
Weeks 1 for 2. Single, stolen base in the first. Fly it out to center. That was in the third. One-two pitch. Strike 3. Waite's not happy. Felix is. That's strikeout number 6. We're 5 complete in Japan in a 1-1 game. Enjoyed a momentous occasion against these A's last year to open up the season. Hit number 2245, 2247, and then 2000. And here's 2247, beats it out. And then the next one makes him the Mariners' all-time hit king, surpassing Edgar Martinez. So congratulations to Ichiro, Mariners' career hit leader. 1-1 ball game. Ackley with a home run in the top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth, an RBI double by Kurt Suzuki. For the Mariners here in the sixth. Here's Figgins, Ackley, and Ichiro.
Both starting pitchers efficient early in the game. Through 5 innings, McCarthy had thrown 55 pitches, 60 for Felix. So both starting pitchers in great shape with their pitch counts.
1-1 to Figgins. A couple of groundouts tonight, 0 for 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Kyle Seager there on the left. Boy, he has swung the bat really well. That's Hector Noesi on the right. Felix behind him. Tight dugouts, right?
Tight quarters. You don't see them in the U.S., but they'll have a couple of rows of benches in the dugouts. You don't see that here in the States.
A little bit outside, 2-2. And I understand that reading some of the reports from over there, the first base side at the Tokyo Dome, that's the better dugout, the better clubhouse. You remember that from your time over there?
I don't. Okay. I didn't go over to that side.
It's a breaking ball up the middle. Base hit for Sean Figgins. Figgins' first hit, 2012. But Ackley, 1-1 pitch last time up.
Yeah, he gets a fastball up in the zone. You can see it's belt high. Gives it a ride out to center field, 400 feet away. Up there towards the back row. First major league home run of the 2012 season. Dustin Ackley.
That was the 6th hit for the Mariners. Look at our banner bank buildings to the future. This guy's a keeper. He's going to be something special for a long time. Made his big league debut against the Phillies. Matter of fact, I remember he got what first base hit was against Roy Oswald.
And you take a look at those on that graphic, those 2 hitting streaks that he had, long ones, and that's a good sign for a young hitter to be able to not only get a bunch of hits but consistently get those hits over a long period of time. He can do a lot of things. We saw him hit the home run. He can also run. We saw him hit a number of triples last year.
How about the fact he had 7 of them, and what I bet 3-4 of them were at Safeco center field, right center field.
He hits the ball hard enough to pierce the gaps for one, and then he can really run. He'll be double digits in triples this year, I would think.
Yeah. In fact, you know, he's got, I wouldn't say super fast speed, but better than average, and he cuts the bases beautifully.
And the biggest thing is he runs hard out of the box once he hits it.
There you go. That's a huge ingredient right there. 2-1. Big rip. 2-2. Ichiro's on deck. Figgins at first, nobody out. Talking about Ichiro getting running on a base pass. Like to see Figgins get on a lot more, and then when he does, let's see him.
It looked like he was able to get his right foot out on the carpet as McCarthy had him diving back into first.
11 stolen bases, caught 6 times last year for Figgins. 2-2. Well, he takes a call, 3rd strike. 2nd strikeout from McCarthy. 1 down here in the 6th. Ichiro's got a couple of infield hits. He can drive one here. Figgy on the run.
We have the first baseman Allen holding Figgins on. Could be a huge hole over on the right side of the infield. Typically the second baseman will play more up the middle on Ichiro. There's the right side of the diamond to work with. Hits it hard to the right side on the turf. It should get through the infield. Maybe play a little 1st and 3rd.
Bulbs. Cameras working big time with Ichiro being back home in Japan. They do make a lot of noise in Japan. We welcome those folks watching in Venezuela, Singapore, and Australia, Korea, Taiwan, China, of course, all around the United States and Canada. First regular season game of the 2012 season. Couple infield hits, 2 for 2 for Ichiro. You hear the crowd reaction?
Every time he swings the bat. 2-1 count. Figgins at first. Good pitch, I think, to run on. A little hit and run if you like. A lot of times pitchers aren't going to want to go to a 3-1 count. He should get a good pitch to hit here.
So Ichiro take a long look at Jeff Datz, 3rd base coach. Back up the middle, base hit. Figgins will hold. Mariners building an inning here in the 6th.
And Ichiro, perfect 3 for 3.
That's a start there. That's a proud man. 184 hits. Last year's not cutting it. He wants more. He wants to get back to where he used to be.
270 average. He wants to get
most
that back
guys,
over.
right? And how many guys would kill for that, right?
They'd love it. That's a fine year for a lot of people. And take a look. Pitch is down in the zone. Ichiro hits it hard back up the middle. Again on the turf. Ground balls are going to move a little bit quicker and get through the infield.
Pitch number 70 from McCarthy. Strike 1 to Smoke. Smoke with a strikeout and a ground out to 2nd. There's a 2 on here for Smoke. He's in the cleanup spot. 1 out. Montero's on deck. Here's a drive to left field, and it's caught there by Coco Crisp. The runners have to retreat.
Justin hit it hard. One of the things that'll help the A's is you have a fine center fielder playing left field now for the A's. Covered a lot of ground on that slicing line drive. What Smoke can do about that, hit it hard. Fortunately, it was out towards left, so Montero get an opportunity to drive in a run. The Mariners so far 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. The A's 1 for 7.
Boy, we saw Crisp run down a lot of line drives and fly balls last year. Here's Montero. Ground out the 3rd fly ball to right. Couple of men on, 2 outs. Montero's excited to be with the Mariners, and I told him the Mariner fan base is maybe even more excited to have him here.
Yeah, I would say. Mariners traded a talented pitcher in Michael Pineda to get him. Looks like he's having an issue with a batting glove, probably tore it. The biggest thing is with a young player, which Montero is he understands what the expectations are. You hope he doesn't try to fulfill them all in the first month of the season. You end up burying yourself. Just go about his business and do what he's always done, and that's hit.
Jam-packed Tokyo Dome, 45,600. 1-0 to Montero. Right to Pennington, short way, and that'll do it for the Mariners. They threaten, they don't score. Bottom 6 coming up, 1-1 ball game. To the folks at the Terrace Club at Safeco Field. A little early morning action to welcome in the 2012 baseball season. Our own Angie Mentic had a chance to chat with one of the folks watching there at Safeco Field.
Mariners baseball season is underway, and many season ticket holders got up very early and came down here to Safeco Field for this unique viewing party, including Daniel. And Daniel actually brought a scoreboard because, of course, the scoreboard is an operating over in left field. So where did you get this thing?
I built it. Straight up, yeah. Just plywood and plastic sheeting. Get some molding from Home Depot for like $5. Put it together. Took me a couple weeks. Hand painted. A lot of fun.
It is pretty impressive. And after every single strike or out, everybody turns around and looks right at Daniel. Let's get you back to the game.
Nice work, Daniel. Thank you very much. Thank you, Angie. Good to see Angie again.
Impressive crowd at the Terrace Club.
Boy, I'm telling you. I like
Hardy
that.
fans.
Hey, way to go, fans. Good to see you out there.
That's right.
Good stuff. Good to see the Mariner fans early in the morning. With Pennington, Coco Crisp, and Seth Smith. Felix with 6 strikeouts through 5 innings. A run on 2 hits. He's not walked anybody.
Pennington, a leadoff double back in the 4th inning, ended up scoring the 1 run for the A's.
Turns on that one in. By first base coach Ty Waller. You see who the new hitting coach is for the Athletics?
I didn't look.
Charles Tilly Davis.
That's right. Chile, I forgot about that. I saw him in spring training.
Nice fella. Well, he had a great career, too. One of the fine pinch hitter at DHs and switch hitters. It is early. It's almost 5 o'clock.
You're okay.
Stay alive, swing. Ichiro having a day. 3 for 3. Couple infield hits. One after a low pitch and hit it hard back through the box.
I'm sure he'll command the headlines over in Japan tomorrow morning.
Pennington got the barrel to that one. 1 hop to Ichiro. Base hit. Pennington. Couple of hits. Make sure you follow the Mariners with MLB.com at bat12 for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. You get spring training scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Mariners.com for details. That is a terrific thing to have for baseball fans on your mobile applications. Brings up Coco Crisp. He's 0 for 2. First.
Figgins needs to be alive over at third. This is a situation where Coco Crisp will drop a bunt down. And over the course of the 19 games that the Mariners will have with the A's, you'll see Coco try that a number of times. And Felix again working hard, trying to keep Pennington close at first.
Both runs scored in the 4th inning. Mariners got an Ackley home run. Suzuki answered with an RBI double. Kurt Suzuki, that is. There's Ichiro. Foul out of play. I like the screens they have down there. I like that. Sort of like the Goodyear with the Indians and the Reds are. And from the screen behind home plate at the top, and they take it down 45 degrees down to the farthest end of both dugouts. So if you've got those primo seats,
some protection.
Yeah, a bat, a ball coming over, you do have a chance.
Sounds a good idea.
0-1 to Chris, shows bunt. Takes a ball, pitch down low. Stolen base.
Yeah, it looked like Coco Crisp squaring around. Was going to take that pitch all the way, just trying to put the bat out in front of the plate. See if he could ball a great jump.
Oh, my goodness.
He had a running start before Felix started at home. No chance for Olivo. Does the right thing and eats it. Don't want to throw it into center field when he has it stolen.
1-1 count to Crisp. Bob Melvin, one-time catcher with the Giants organization, one-time Mariner manager. Chris puts it in play, backs up Carp, track, makes the catch, and gets it back in. Pennington tags and gets the third. 1 out.
I think you have to give Pennington a lot of credit. Most of the time you see a fly ball to left field. The base runner will go halfway between second and third. Pennington electing to go back and tag up, knowing that it was going to carry far enough to take Karp up against the fence.
Carry on that ball was pretty good.
We mentioned it, 45,000 people. Tokyo Dome. It's warm in there. The ball's going to carry.
Yep. Here's Seth Smith. 0 for 2 of the strikeout and a ground out to first.
The A's are now 1 for 8 with men in scoring position.
Ichiro, he's got with the hits, 3 for 3, 16 opening day hits. Mariner club record surpassing King Griffey Jr.'s 14.
Good pitch.
Check down to third base umpire Dan Bellino since he did not go. 2-1 to Seth Smith.
See the camera angle is offset. It's not directly behind home plate, but that looked like it was on the inside corner. Levo held it there for a second. Tom Hallion, home plate umpire, didn't like it.
2-1. Breaking ball hit foul. 2-2. A couple of years ago, a well-earned Cy Young Award for Felix Hernandez. Trying to get pride of Brandon, Mississippi, Seth Smith out here. 2-2.
Hits him.
Hit him. So that'll be runners at first and third. First and third here with 1 out.
Interesting choice from Felix. Olivo wanted to go back to the changeup, but she was able to get Smith out 2 times in a row with the changeup. Felix shook him off and went back to the curveball. You take a look at this double earlier, Karp diving for it. That's what drove in the 1 run for the A's. Off the bat of Suzuki, but Felix shaking the changeup off, going with the curveball, and ends up hitting Smith.
Second hit batter from Felix. He hit Spedis leading off the 5th. So runners at the corners. 1 out. Ball 1 to Suzuki. Strikeout looking, and that RBI double. There's a strike. Love the way this kid competes. Remember, over the years, talking to players and good hitters talking about, hey, I go up there looking for 1 pitch. If I don't get it, I know I'm in trouble.
And the key is if you get that 1 pitch, you have to square it up. That's probably all you're going to see in at bat. Comes back with a changeup right there. Felix right now would love to get a double play ball, get out of the inning. 78 pitches total for Felix.
Ackley and Ryan would love to turn 2 here. Pitch. Short left field. Coming on is Karp, the shortstop. Ryan goes back to get it. And a runner's hold. Big second out. And that'll bring up Josh Reddick. Brendan Ryan, how important was he to the Mariners last year? Look at that. Led Major League shortstops with 17 defensive runs saved.
We were talking about Brendan Ryan before we went on the air and how important he will be to the Mariners this year. I'd like to see him go out and play 140, 145 games for the Mariners, stay healthy.
Great addition to the ball club, and yeah, he's one of those atmosphere guys. You know, he's a
brings
live
a lot of
wire.
energy. Yeah,
Live
brings
wire.
a lot of energy, and I think we'll take the 250 average for him with the type of defense he can play.
He came over, built as a very good defensive shortstop, and he's more than lived up to it. Here's Josh Reddick, 0 for 2, ground out to second, fouled out to Figgins at third. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Lebo wanted that one, ball 1. Reddick had a good rookie season last year in 87 games with the Sox at 280. Red Sox, that is. It's been 5 years in that organization. Reddick came over from Boston, part of Billy Beane breaking up his ball club. He sent closer Andrew Bailey and Ryan Sweeney up to Boston. That pitch way outside. Gio Gonzalez went to Washington. Trevor Cahill went to Arizona. A lot of movement. 2 balls, 1 strike. Solid line drive. Carps there, and that'll do it. Felix escapes a 1st and 3rd situation here in the 6th. Score remains tied at 1. On Root Sports is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. And by Sterling Bank. Life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit our new website at bankwithsterling.com. A pleasant good morning from Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, Washington. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Start of the 2012 baseball season. Yippee! I hope your morning's going well in this unique opening. And a big hello to the folks at the Terrace Club at Safeco Field enjoying a feed from Japan. It'll be Carp, Lebo, and Saunders here in the top of the 7th against Brandon McCarthy. Carp today 0 for 2.
Wonder if they added some omelets to the concessions over there for the fine folks this
I'll take
morning.
a little spinach and tomato and onion, please. Thank you very much. And they sold it out, that Terrace Club, as Carp pops one up. Might be a play for Sogard. It is 1 out. Carp 0 for 3. That'll bring up Olivo. Miguel is 1 for 2. Check that. It was they gave him an E5. That's right. Remember that. Mike and I tried to help you out, Mickey. They gave you an E5 on that one.
Well, it looked like he tried to give the Mariners a lead with that swing. Getting a fastball up in the zone. When fastball's up like that around the belt, it'll straighten out. McCarthy with a good sinker today. Miguel led the club with home runs with 19 last year. Try to give that one a ride. Another hanger.
Love to get those babies back.
Yeah, some fancy pitching from Felix to get out of that last inning, so you'd like to see the offense come back and reward him with a run or two.
Strong work by McCarthy, 28-year-old right-hander. 9-9 last year, 25 starts at 3.32 ERA. Got the barrel to it, but it's going to hang in the air. Cespedes takes control. It's out number 2. Hey, fans, take your little leaguers out to see the big leaguers at Aquafina Little League Day on Sunday, April 22nd. Not only will all kids 14 and under be able to take part in a pregame on-field parade, but they're going to take home a Mariners drawstring backpack. It's perfect for hauling around their hat and glove to their own games. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Those parades are great when you see the kids come out in the field. The awe and wonderment of being at a big league park. Wow, it's big. Saunders is the hitter with 2 outs. 1 for 2. He's up there putting the bat to use.
Well, I think that's the difference. Michael in an 0-2 count, but at least he was able to get there by swinging the bat, giving himself a chance again. Hit the ball hard his first time up, ringing line drive into right field on a first pitch fastball.
Very interesting reading the accounts coming out of Japan from Shannon Dreyer and all the beat writers, and looking at the pictures and video. This is a big occasion for these 2 teams over there to open up this season. And Jen Miller's done a great job. She's got a 30-minute show coming up tomorrow night at 1:30. Saunders goes down swinging. Bottom of the 7th coming up. It's 1-1 as we'll look at the bottom third of the order for the Athletics. Menendez on the mound, and Mike, he has done a very nice job. 6 strikeouts through his first 6 innings.
He has. You can see the change-up grip, circle change. It's been an effective pitch for Felix in the game, but he really has it all working. That looks like a split finger. We've also seen a couple of 12-6 curveballs from him, and of course the good fastball. He gets a strikeout from Allen right there and gets him back again on the outside corner. So Felix, up to this point through 6 innings, giving up just the 1 run. He has done his job.
Giving up a run on 4 hits. He has hit a couple of batters. He's stranded 5. Rennis Cespedes, Brandon Allen, Eric Sogard, 7, 8, 9 here for the Athletics. Felix went to the stretch. Now he's ready. Cespedes a strikeout and a hit by pitch. What's the ball 1? Cespedes said to be fully recovered from a cramp that he had in his right quad. Originally expected to start tomorrow night's game, but here he is in the open. Beauty. 1-1.
Another good curveball from Felix.
He hits the curveball hard. Saunders giving chase, not going to get it. 1 hop off the fence. Stand up, lead off double for Cespedes here in the 7th. So here's a look at some of the largest cities in the world, and Tokyo topping that list. Delhi, Seoul, Jakarta, Manila, Mumbai, New York, Sao Paulo, and Mexico City. That's a lot of folks.
Well, it tops that list by a large margin, too.
It does.
Close.
Brandon Allen struck out swinging and looking. It's a bunt down, foul.
And this is now the 4th inning in a row that Felix had to work with a runner in scoring position. Put the numbers up that he puts up because he typically can work his way out of it, but he's had to work hard here over his last 4 innings. Fortunately for him, the A's just 1 for 10 with men in scoring position.
5 a.m. here in Seattle, 9 p.m. in Tokyo, and in Caracas, Venezuela, home country. Felix Hernandez at 7:30. Sounds, and they are watching. Sounds like an old George Carlin bit. Popped up the bunt. Figgins is there for the out.
Well, Bob Melvin liking what McCarthy's doing, trying to play for a run here, but I would have to imagine through the minor leagues, Allen not asked to bunt a lot. Felix not the easiest guy to try to bunt off, so it pays off for the Mariners as he pops it up to 3rd. Can't say I blame Bob Melvin. McCarthy pitched well against the Mariners last year, and he's pitching great tonight. Still trying to play for that 1 run here late.
There's Sogard, 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs. Sogard came over from San Diego. A trade for Kevin Kuzminoff in January of 2010. Played 27 games last year. 200 was his batting average. A couple home runs and 4 ribbies. Felix fielding his position again. 2 outs.
Well, we were talking about him earlier, what a great athlete he is, and Sogard, can't believe it, hit it on the button, but Felix makes it look easy as he catches this line drive. Watch this line drive right back at him on the curveball. Sogard almost hit it right in his glove. Felix didn't have to do much on that one.
Room service. So 2 outs, runner at 2nd, top of the order, Jamal Weeks.
And Felix's pitch count getting up on him. 90 pitches now for Felix. I would imagine he'll be somewhere between 105 and 110.
Weeks last time up took a called 3rd strike. Not messing around here, but he hits it right to Ackley, and again Felix gets out of trouble. Nicely done. To the 8th inning we go. Mariners 1, Athletics 1. One ball game. Mariners and the Athletics. Pitching change, we'll tell you about that, but let's check in down at the Terrace Club at Safeco Field and Angie Mente.
Hi, everybody. Angie Mente here at Safeco Field, and we're here at a very unique hosting party by the Mariners. We've got Japanese fare here, sushi, salmon, miso soup. We're giving away prizes, including to Jeremy Reese here, and you got a prize for traveling the farthest. Tell everybody what you won, Jeremy.
Well, I got a new pillow and a pair of good old flannel pajamas, good for Montana weather.
All right, and he's going to put those on and drive home, or just be comfy all night long. All right, let's get you back to the game.
Angie, thank you very much. Festive atmosphere this early morning in Seattle. Pitching change. We've got a new pitcher for the Athletics. He's right-hander Ryan Cook, 24 years old, born and still lives in Clovis, California. Came over from Arizona in that deal that brought Callan Cowgill to the A's for Trevor Cahill and Craig Breslow back in December.
Well, Brendan Ryan going to lead things off for the Mariners here in the 8th inning, so they'll go 9-1-2. Didn't have much luck against McCarthy. Maybe things will change against Cook.
McCarthy did a nice job.
Again, he pitched well against the Mariners last year. Again, holding the Mariners. He had a 1.99 ERA last year. Held the Mariners to a 171 average.
2 strikes to Ryan. Cook with Arizona in 12 games last year. 0-1, a 7.04 ERA in 7 2/3 innings. Spent some time in Mobile. He went 1-4 there, and in Reno he went 0-1. So that was those 12 games with Arizona's first big league action. Bouncing ball, Sogard, nice play, and Allen just got the foot in to get a hustling Ryan 1 out.
Not sure what Allen was doing over at first base. It looked like it was an accurate throw. Last second, he decided to step on the bag. Typically, the first baseman will just put his foot on the bag right away. As you see this high chopper off the bat of Brendan Ryan, hustling down. Sogard gets rid of it quickly, and it's an accurate throw. And you can see Allen trying to find the bag, just beating Ryan.
Nice 7-inning stint from Brendan McCarthy. Here's Figgins, first base hit of the season. Picked it up in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. A little late. Mariner run coming from Ackley on a leadoff homer in the fourth, and then Suzuki answered with a double in the bottom half of the fourth that scored Pennington. Cook played his college ball at USC, University of Southern California. 18-13 record. 3 seasons, 46 starts. Figgins gone. 2 outs. I'll bring up Ackley with Ichiro on deck.
Dustin Ackley responsible for the only run for the Mariners, a solo home run to lead things off in the 4th inning. So you can find a way to get on base. Ichiro on deck, 3 for 3 tonight. Give him a chance to move Ackley around the bases.
Strike.
Cook looks like he has quality fastball. Pops up a breaking ball here. Hoping he gets into the stands.
It does. Boy, 3 guys giving chase. The American League West is going to be something. You get the Angels. They bulk up. They get Albert Pujols.
C.J. Wilson.
C.J. Wilson. Rangers at Yu Darvish, and he's looked good. And they got Joe Nathan at the back end of the bullpen. Plus the returning cast of characters who swing the bat. It'll be interesting this year. 0-2.
And the Mariners get their opportunities. Going to see those clubs a lot this summer.
Like to improve on last year's numbers. The Mariners were 11-27 against the Angels and the Rangers.
Well, they're going to have to.
Two and 2 to Ackley. Counts run full. Ryan Cook began his career as a starter, working out of the pen now. Payoff pitch. High fly ball left field, just shy of the track. Coco Crisp is there. A 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Score tied at 1-1. Ball game. The Boeing Company joined Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association in hosting a clinic for young baseball players in Ishinomaki, a city in the Tohoku region of Japan. Tuesday's clinic featured members of the A's and Mariners providing baseball coaching to approximately 100 young people. MLB and its players also contributed to the $1 million donation to help refurbish the baseball stadium in Ishinomaki. I don't know if you had a chance to maybe go to Mariners.com before the devastation by that tsunami, and then you had the nuclear power plant problem last year. People have gone through a lot lately. Here's Felix Hernandez in the 8th. He faces Pennington, Crisp, and Smith, 2, 3, and 4 in the A's lineup. Pennington's got 2 of the 5 hits.
It's probably Felix's last inning. So he'd like to throw up another 0, give his offense one more chance to see if he can get a W out of it.
Two-0. Here's a strike.
This doesn't seem fair, does he? You work yourself to a 2-0 count and he drops a hammer in there on you.
Down low, 3-1. Felix with 6 strikeouts. They came through 5. He's had none in the 6th or 7th. He has not walked anybody. He has hit 2 batters.
I think right now he'd just like to have a clean inning. He's had runners in scoring position the last 4 innings and had to pitch out of it.
Ryan behind the bag. Got him. Nicely done by Brendan Ryan. One out here in the 8th. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. So the first few days of April, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, will be some exhibition games, and then back to the regular season in Oakland for Friday and Saturday. Sunday we'll watch the Masters in Texas, and then play Texas for 4 games, and then get the A's when we get home, open up the homestand. Open up the home season. I think that Woods guy, I'm hoping he's back after the win the other day.
Well, it seems like a lot of people are. We'll find out. Well, there aren't too many 3-putts for him at the Masters. It was a fine play by Brendan Ryan up the middle. Showed a graphic earlier how many hits he takes away and how important he is at shortstop, and that was a fine example of it. Pennington runs well. Ground ball up the middle.
Coco Crisp 0 for 3. Ground out, pop up, fly out. Not want to get this guy on base here in this situation, tied with Brett Gardner of the Yankees with stolen bases, 49 stolen bases to lead the American League last year. 2-0. George Sherrill and Tom Wilhelmsen warming up in the Mariners pen right now. Felix goes to 3-0. Back with a strike. Oakland has stranded 6 runners today, 4 for the Mariners.
100 pitches for Felix, 65 strikes.
Big pitch here, 3-1. Pretty good ride, but Carp puts it away for out number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Opening weekend begins Friday, April 13th, when we roll out the red carpet and welcome baseball back to the Pacific Northwest. Be on hand for the home opener when we also welcome back a favorite former Mariner, one of the really good guys, Mike Cameron, to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Make plans to be there for the fanfare of opening weekend at Safeco Field. When you get your tickets at Mariners.com, it will be great to see Cameron. Seth Smith, dangerous hitter. Good pitch, strike 1.
Going to the top of the 9th inning, the Mariners have 3, 4, 5. Ichiro with 3 hits in the game. Then will be Smoke and Montero.
1-1.
When he's missed, he hasn't missed by much.
Yeah.
Tom Hallion sitting back there has had to call pitches that are either just on the corner or just off all night long. Felix has been sharp. 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. 1-
Fly ball left field again. Carp called on to make the play, and he does. 1, 2, 3, 8 strong innings for Felix Hernandez. Ichiro to lead it off in the ninth in a 1-1 game. Ichiro's had an outstanding opening night. He's 3 for 3, Mike.
Ichiro trying to get off to the right start here in 2012. We've talked about him hitting third. Well, you start building some confidence, end up with a couple of infield hits to get your season started. Take a look at that chopper over the mound. Another infield hit. Pennington makes a nice play on it, but Ichiro beating it by about a half a step. As you see the itchy meter going up. And then last time up, solid base hit, ground ball back up the middle. So a 3 for 3 night for Ichiro, and he will lead things off here in the top of the ninth inning.
Ichiro, Smoke, and Montero 3, 4, and 5 in the order for the Mariners. 1-1's the score, top of the ninth. Glad you're with us this morning. Mike and I coming to you from our Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, a little bit after coming up on 5:30 Pacific time. First regular season game in Major League Baseball. We come to you worldwide as well. And pride of Australia, Brad Balfour. We're being seen down in Australia right now. Our throwing right-hander. He takes over on the mound for the Athletics, the third pitcher this evening.
Well, the former Ray. Ichiro again leading things off, so he should get some fastballs to hit. Balfour typically goes right after the hitters.
Now watch these fans and flashbulbs popping. I think they would go nuts if he were to go yard here. You've played there. These games, I mean, they're events, right?
Oh, they are. Again, the only thing I can liken it to is a soccer game, and just the fans are loud the entire time. And I think that your right place will erupt. They'll blow the roof off this thing if Ichiro hits one out of here.
It's hit hard. Left field. Crisp is right there. Went out. A pitch up. That's that fastball you were talking about. 2 runs in the game came in the 4th inning. Weston Ackley, 1-1 pitch, homered to deep right center field. Bottom of the inning, a 2-out RBI double by Kurt Suzuki scored Cliff Pennington, tied at 1-1. See if Smoke can get going here. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, and fly out to left.
We talked about Justin Smoke's opposite field power that we were able to see last year. Balfour is going to try to pitch him away, probably fastballs away from him. And there Torres. Another fastball in the outside corner. Typically late in games when you have a tie game, the relievers, they don't like to mess around with the inner half of the plate at all. They don't want to get beat on one swing, but Smoke looks out over the plate somewhere. Might be able to get a fastball if Balfour will elevate it, see if he can give it a ride.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Oof. That was a mistake. That pitch would look like it was in the middle of the plate, belt high. Smoke missed it.
Balfour last year at the A's in 62 games went 5-2, 2.47 ERA. A veteran guy. Spent parts of 4 years in Tampa Bay, 1 with Milwaukee, and parts of 4 with Minnesota. Two. Got a full count.
And Suzuki has set up away on all 5 pitches.
Payoff pitch. Hits the bag. Weeks is there. Backhand. Balfour. Nice play.
Looked like Smoke maybe hurt his ankle or something. Started limping a little bit after he hit the bag. Look at this, will hit the base. It looked like Allen was going to have a play on it, and it'll ricochet up over his head. So he defers to Weeks to make the play. A backhanded shuffle. Balfour doing his job, getting over to first base.
Well done all around.
Yeah,
with, Weeks backing up.
Fine play. Pitchers fielding practice coming out of spring training. They work on it every day.
Sure do. File that under drudgery, but at the same time, when you pin it. So 2 outs. Here's Montero, 0 for 3. Now Weeks spikes on there. Good job, covered second base. Smaller version of his brother Ricky, who's with the Brewers.
Both of them second baseman, but offensively 2 totally different players. Weeks with power.
Yeah, Ricky, power guy, no doubt. Montero facing 34-year-old Brent Balfour, 2-1.
This should be something that pitches to Montero's strength. He likes to hit the ball the other way. Balfour again will pitch him away in this situation.
2-1. High drive, right center field. It's going to stay in the yard. Cespedes is there. That'll do it. Got a little bit too much air on that one. Home ninth coming up. 1-1 is the score. Athletics in the opening game of 2012, locked up in 1-1, and it's a catcher you'll find in your own home rather than behind home plate. Saturday, April 21st, first 10,000 fans receive a kitchen catcher. It's a compact collection bin to dispose of your food waste at home, courtesy of BASF. For tickets to April 21st versus the White Sox, visit Mariners.com. White Sox, different look. Robin Ventura is the new skipper with Ozzie Guillen moving on to Miami.
Yeah, speaking of a different look, Felix's night is finished. Tom Wilhelmsen will come out of the bullpen. Pitch here in the 9th inning.
Set him up, bartender. Tom, former bartender at the Hut in Tucson. Suzuki, Reddick, and Cespedes 5, 6, and 7.
This will be a good matchup. Suzuki, really good fastball hitter. See if Wilhelmsen is able to get to that good curveball. There it is.
Great transformation by this guy, too. Made the club last year, talking about Wilhelmsen. Came back the second half, had confidence in that fastball. Bring it 95 plus. Use it. They use it very effectively. Throw coming up through high school and college ranks. Dropped out of baseball, rediscovered it. Jack Zarenzik and company found him, and here he is. Did a stint in independent ball. Ninth inning setup guy for closer Brandon League. There's your breaking ball. Saunders calls off Cart, 1 out.
Big difference when he's able to get to that pitch. They know the scouting report on Suzuki. And you can see the hack he took after he missed with the curveball in the first pitch. Comes back with a good fastball, 95 miles an hour. Fouls it straight back and is able to get him out with a good hook.
8 strong innings for Felix Hernandez. Look at the scoreboard there. Ichiro, of course, focus of attention to folks in Japan as we look at Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 3. Fly ball and deep. Cart. Nice catch by Mike Cart. 2 down. Good ride there by Reddick.
And the fence all the way around the outfield, 13 feet high. And I thought when Reddick first hit this, it was going to have an opportunity to get higher off the fence, but Cart playing over towards left center field. Gets back in plenty of time. I like the way he put his hand out early, measure himself from the wall. So many times you see the outfielders on that jump, they'll catch their shoulder on the wall. It was a good play by Mike Carp.
Again, Mike Carp came into camp in outstanding condition. Dropped a lot of weight from a few years ago. And he's down at least another 10. Look at Cespedes. He doubled to right center his last time up. Good swing. Wilhelmsen 1-1. Cespedes. The Cuban breaking ball. Beauty. 1-2.
Why not bounce it again?
Absolutely. Two outs, bottom 9 here in a 1-1 game. Beautiful pitch, held on by Olivo. Extra frames coming up from Tokyo. Bonus baseball at 5:32 Seattle time a.m. We return with Mike Carp leading off right after this.
baseball coming to you. Opening day, Camp Dem, about 25 miles southwest of Tokyo. Smoke, Ackley, and Cheryl, they made the trip aboard a helicopter earlier this week. He's fired up. Yeah, the early part of this trip, he was fired up. Then on the way back, the pilot decided to go sideways a couple of times, and it became a white knuckler for Dustin Ackley, holding on for dear life. U.S. Army Japan Corps 500th Military Intelligence Brigade, Army Corps of Engineers in the Japan District. Nice meet and greet opportunity here. U.S. Army Japan Aviation Detachment Ninjas and the 78th Signal Battalion. Thank you for your service, men and women over there. They slice of home to bring a Major League Baseball team over.
It's all part of the trip, isn't it? Keep a busy schedule for these guys. They weren't just playing exhibition games over there before they got to this opener. They traveled around the country. And
that's the thing that's interesting from a player standpoint, too. You feel compelled, we were talking about this earlier off air, you feel compelled to take in all the sites. You want to get your rest, and you still want to get your work in.
Yeah, but again, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You got to do it.
Yep. You get out there and you want to see everything.
Veteran closer Ryan Fuentes takes over. Mike Carp's going to lead it off. He's 0 for 3. Ground out the first, fly out the right, and fouled out to the third baseman.
One thing we know about Fuentes over the years is he can get wild. His first outing of the year.
5th time the Mariner franchise has gone extra innings on opening day. First time since 1996.
I don't think Mike Carp liked the call on that last pitch. It looked like it was a fastball that was outside. Important pitch as you get to a 2-0 count, kind of freewheel to give yourself a big swing, but a 1-1 count changes things.
1-1. The outside corner. Fuentes, one-time Mariner, 4th pitcher today for Bob Melvin. Unique delivery doesn't even begin, does it? Doesn't begin to tell a story here.
Carp hasn't offered at the fastball. He might be sitting on the slider. Fuentes so far, 4 pitches, all of them fastballs. Here comes an off-speed pitch.
2-2. Popped it up. Looks playable. Suzuki, a nice help from his teammates. He got room, and he makes the play. That kind of communication is critically important. I saw a highlight the other day. You probably saw it too. College game. First baseman coming over. It was the opposing dugout. He made the catch, hit that rail, and hit over, and nobody moved. You're on your own, son. His opponent, I mean, he wouldn't say anything. And he hit that rail so hard and went over and into the dugout. Then it came up. Dude, you all right? But with your guys, you got to communicate.
Well, that's true. And that's where that was coming from, was from the guys in the dugout.
Yep. Miguel Oliva. He is 0 for 3 today. Striking the outside corner, Fuentes. 67 games with the A's last year, 2-8 record, a 3.70 ERA with 12 saves. That's a big years over in the National League. Colorado, well, he was a stalwart for that club. His save totals 31, 30, 20, 30. Goes to the Dodgers for 48 in 09. And 23 with the Dodgers in 2010. Hard, but right to the shortstop, Pennington. 2 outs.
Top of the 10th inning in Tokyo. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers. We come to you from our Root Sports headquarters in Bellevue, Washington. Good to be with you this morning with Mariner Baseball. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 2:04 first pitch a.m. Pacific time.
Hey, this will be an interesting matchup. We've talked about Saunders and him being more aggressive in spring training, and he's shown that again here in the opener, but a little bit different look for him with the side armor from Fuentes.
You really got to hang in. You got to commit to hanging in there.
I think Fuentes maybe did him a favor there. Throws him a first pitch slider, gives Saunders a chance to see that pitch, misses with it. See if he comes back with it or try to get a fastball away from him.
1-1.
It's a lot easier to stay aggressive when you're getting a good look from the pitcher, but if you're not picking it up, it makes it tough.
He's tough to pick up anyway. Fly ball right field. Reddick for out number 3. Mariners have not had a hit since the 6th inning in this 1-1 game. Inning.
Michael Saunders at second base tries to go to third on this ground ball. This is a mental mistake. Fundamentally, you should not try it. Michael did. He gets cut down. And this right here is just the Mariners being aggressive. Brendan Ryan getting thrown out trying to steal second base.
4th inning, though, with leading off 1-1 pitch. Here's Ackley going deep. Hit this a long way. Got the Mariners on the board. First lead of the season.
One of the young players in the Mariners lineup that people are encouraged about.
And then Kurt Suzuki, bottom half of the 4th, with Pennington at second. He had doubled. This double scores Pennington, and it ties the score up at 1-1. And that's where we are now. And we go to the home 10th. Tom Wilhelmsen, his second inning of work. Time to pitch a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Eight strong innings by Felix Hernandez. 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks at 6 Ks. 104 pitches for Felix Hernandez.
And another great outing for him on an opener. Felix has pitched well opening the season for the Mariners. Tonight wasn't any different, unfortunately. Lack of run support, he will not factor in the decision.
Breaking ball to Allen, fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Allen strikeout, swinging, looking, tried to bunt his way on and popped up. Now they do their scoreboard in Japan. 8-9-1 for the Athletics here in the 10th. Ackley stays with it. And safe. Like he didn't get a good grip on that one. A's have the winning run aboard.
I'll take another look at it. One hopper eats him up, and then he barehands it, and you're right, it looks like he throws a changeup over to first, pulls smoke off the bag. Again, trying to stay in front of it, makes the right play.
Well, he knows as soon as
Yeah,
he let it go.
right away.
So we'll see how Eric Sogard can bunt. Actually, there's a pitch runner.
Calgill will come in and pinch run for Allen.
Calgill off the bench. Bunt in order. No indication there.
Had a chance to see Sogard last year. He can handle the bat. Might be a situation where Bob Melvin gives him a chance to swing, or maybe tries to put on a hit and run with Calgill coming in to pinch run for Allen. I was with you, Dave. I thought he would bunt for sure.
Swinging and hooked it foul. Sogard tonight is 0 for 3 this morning, I should say, with a ground out. Second.
And Calgill, yeah, he was off and running on the pitch, so there it was. That was a straight steal.
1-1. Ty Waller, the first base coach for the A's. Bob Melvin on the left, skipper for the A's. Two and one. Snap throw over. Calgill back safely.
And he looks like he's getting a good lead, trying to get that right foot out on the carpet. 2-1 count. It's a good count to run on.
Calgill in the minor leagues, good base stealer, went for 30 last year at Reno. There he goes. Throw by Olivo in time. He got him. Ryan took a hit. That's not good. Great job by Miguel Olivo. That's stealing 2-6. One out. We talked about Ryan before we went on the air, and since we've been on air, how important it is to keep him healthy this year. 123 games last year.
Looked like a clean slide from Calgill, going in hard on the stolen base. I think the throw takes Brendan Ryan back into the runner a little bit with some tail. No, there's plenty of time, but he gets spiked right on the shin.
Oof.
I think he'll be okay. It's just going to leave a nice bruise for him. See his leg right in front of the bag as he puts the tag.
Wow. Yep. Good throw by Olivo. Line drive foul. Two and two. Great throw by Olivo. Dan Bellino confirming Tom Hallion's no, so the count runs full. Olivo has been a rock for the Mariners. 3-2 pitch to Sogard. Drive to center field. Tracking is Saunders. Makes the catch short of the track for the second out. Dustin Ackley's real happy that Miguel Olivo threw out that runner to take him off the hook after the error. Put the leadoff man aboard. You got 2 outs here in the 10th.
Well, errors are going to happen, and sometimes you need your teammates to pick you up, and Olivo was able to do that for Ackley on a perfect throw to second. Tom Wilhelmsen throwing the ball well.
One for 4 tonight with a stolen base for Weeks. Ichiro may get a chance to swing the bat in the 11th. Was 4th up in that inning.
Another good fastball from Weeks. Boy, that one tied him up. Take a look at Mike Carp out in left field. Brendan Ryan will be looking for some ice for his shin when this game is over after getting spiked on the leg.
2-2. Strike 3 called. Weeks sent packing by Tom Wilhelmsen. 11th inning coming up. Score tied at 1. The opener for the 2012 baseball season. Dave Sims and Mike Blowers. We're back in Bellevue, Washington, as we bring the feed to you. It's the season opener, and the Mariners are locked in 1-1 with the Athletics at Tokyo Dome. It opened in 1988. Capacity 55,000 for baseball. It's got an air-supported roof like the Metrodome and the Carrier Dome. And Yomiuri Giants, it's their home ballpark. It's also the site where Buster Douglas upset Mike Tyson. You know, it's hard to believe that's 22 years ago. Sonics and the Clippers, they played there in 03. And how about Michael Jackson? I think Michael Jackson played 21 concerts there, the most of any artist. 328 down the lines.
Friendly. 361 in the gaps, 400 dead center field.
And what'd you say, 13 feet on the
wall? The wall's 13 feet high. You have to think that this is a good opportunity for the Mariners. 9-1-2 coming to the plate. You have Brendan Ryan, Figgins, Ackley, and then Ichiro, who has 3 hits in the game. all of them can run. Maybe they can manufacture a run or two here in the top of the 11th inning.
Going up against 25-year-old right-hander Andrew Carignan. Out of New London, Connecticut, lives in Norwich. This has 27 days service in the big leagues, and first pitch a strike. With the A's last year, 6 games, ERA of 4.26, no decisions. Pitched just 6 1/3 innings. Ryan today reached on a fielder's choice, grounded out to short, grounded out to third.
I think the guys on the bench should recognize that Carignan is proud of his fastball. Looks like he has a good one. I mean, he's pumped 3 heaters in there to Brendan Ryan. Here comes something off speed. Looks like a slider.
Ryan was sitting on it. That will get to the gap. That'll get to the wall. Cut off by Crisp. Ryan into second. A leadoff double. He was thinking right along with you, Mike.
Yep. He gets a hanging breaking ball. Looks like it's belt high in the middle of the plate, and he drives it into the gap. So that'll bring up Figgins. His job will get the bunt down and move him up to third. Give Ackley an opportunity to give the Mariners the lead. Fundamental baseball. One of the things that the Mariners are going to have to do well this year if they want to win some games. And we talked about the run production last year. It's been a struggle. It's been so again tonight's game. So these little things make a difference. We talked about the base running error earlier in the game. Figgins leading things off, has to get this bunt down.
To the ball. Mariners scored just 556 runs last year. That was last in the American League. We get this bunt down. Eric Wedge talking about accountability.
And it's a sacrifice. He wants to bunt it firmly at the third baseman Sogard to make him come in and field it, so Ryan has an easier time to get into third. That pitch high.
2-0. What an opportunity here for the Mariners. Strike. 2-1. For 4 nights for Figgins. Couple of ground outs, base hit the center, and a strikeout. Ryan the runner at second base. 2-1 to Figgins. Gets the bunt down. Beautiful. Double clutching. And just getting him is Sogard. Sacrifice. 5-3 for Figgins. And here's what Ackley did earlier. He went yard here. This led off the 4th inning for the Mariners.
Long fly ball finds the seats dead center field. I think Eric Wedge would love to see him hit a long fly ball again right here. Get a sacrifice fly, get the runner home. Brendan Ryan running at third. He's not going to have to hit it to the warning track. I think a routine fly ball will score him.
Carignan, first pitch outside. 1-0. That will get the job done. RBI for Ackley, his second of the night, and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. Wonderful start for Ackley here in Game 1 of 2012.
He's driven in both the runs for the Mariners now. This is just an excellent piece of hitting. You don't see many left-handed hitters that can get on top of a good fastball, especially a fastball in the mid-90s, and drive it back up the middle. Typically, left-handed hitters like the ball down, and Ackley able to stay on top of that last fastball and hit it hard into center field. That'll bring up Ichiro. Looks like that'll be it for Carignan. There's going to be a pitching change by Bob Melvin.
So Ackley has driven in both runs for the Mariners. A 2-for-5 night. Ichiro's going to be the hitter. He's had 3 hits. Mariners looking for more runs. They lead 2-1. In the 11th inning in Japan, and Ichiro on the major focus of attention, of course, back in his home country. Every movement documented, and he can move some product now. It looks like it's an energy drink looking at the size of that bottle. We've had our share this morning, and just 1 or 2 faces on advertisements in the Tokyo Dome. This is for Kirin Beer. The other face is Shigeo Nagashima. He's selling a home security company. He was Mr. Baseball there in Japan. So Ichiro with an opportunity. He's had a good night. 2 infield hits, a solid base hit up the middle. 3 for 4. And he's got a runner at first base in Ackley. He just delivered the lead run to make it 2-1 Mariners.
Jerry Blevins will take over for the A's. I think we see him every time the Mariners play the A's.
It's officially now a Mariners-A's series. We've seen Jerry Blevins. He used to be Craig Breslow all the time as well. 6th pitcher used by Oakland. Ichiro trying to join Ken Griffey Jr. as the only Mariner with 4 opening day hits. Ken Griffey Jr. He did it in 1990. Pitch to Ichiro. 1-1. Mariners have 2 runs, 8 hits.
Be difficult for Ackley to try to steal off of Blevins. He has a good move to first. If he's going to go, it's going to be on the first move.
And there he goes, thrown out by Suzuki. He's in there safely.
Takes off on the first move. That's the only chance he was going to get. You can't read Blevins, just have to guess right. Ackley guesses right on that. Quality throw by Suzuki. It'll be a stolen base for Ackley.
So an RBI opportunity for Ichiro. Better than average speed in Ackley at second base. 1-2 to Ichiro. Meter lady is out there. Made the trip. She was even introduced to the big crowd of 45,000 plus to a big ovation. That's Ichiro's batting average so far in the season. 3 for 4 tonight.
With Ackley's speed and his ability to run the bases, he should score on a base hit even though they're on the turf.
Mariners will be home on Friday the 13th of April. Between now and then, one more game tomorrow, 5 exhibition games, then on to Oakland to finish up this opening series. Pitch. Slapped right over his head. Base hit. Ackley, here's the throw from Cespedes. It's cut off. Ichiro in a rundown. The run scores, which is the most important thing. Ichiro keeping it alive as Weeks runs him down, but Ichiro does the job. A 4-hit night. He picks up an RBI and ties Ken Griffey Jr. for a 4-hit night on opening night. The Mariners have a 3-1 lead.
And the Mariners have been aggressive running the bases. It pays off with the stolen base from Ackley.
Ichiro's giving them what they wanted to see. He's caught in a rundown for out number 2. Ryan started the inning with a double. Figgins, he did his job, sacrificed Ryan to second. Ackley drove him in, and Ichiro did likewise, driving in Ackley. So a 2-run inning for the Mariners in a lead, 3-1. So it popped up, playable. Now they'll hand it over to Brandon League. 3-1 Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 11th. Side of the opening of the 2012 Major League regular season. Mariners holding a 3-1 lead. And it's an event, an occasion to make a lot of noise when you go to a baseball game in Japan. Brandon League can be called on to close this baby out here for the Mariners, and he had an outstanding season. He had the 4 straight losses, and I tell you, he bounced back. It's not easy bouncing back from those losses that he had. They were devastating. 2 of them were in Baltimore, 1 in Cleveland, after 1 in Seattle against the White Sox.
Well, and the other thing is Eric Wedge was looking for somebody to close out games for him last year. Brandon League was given the opportunity, emerged as a closer, ended up having a fine season, so he'll get his first opportunity here tonight.
A morning BLT. 3-1.
Early morning.
I'll tell you. A little after 6. Pennington, Crisp, and Smith here. Fly ball. Deep. McCart is there to make the catch. Actually, that looks like it is Casper Wells.
Wells comes in for defense for Carp. More importantly, Brandon Lee gets the leadoff out.
Good work. The All-Star team last year.
Features a fastball that'll be in the mid to upper 90s. Here you can see the split finger grip, and also has worked on a slider.
There's Coco Crisp, 0 for 4.
Key to the success for Brandon Lee last year was get ahead with the fastball, go to work with that split finger.
Back with a strike. Yeah, I can't say enough about his ability to bounce back from those 4 brutal losses in May. I mean, that's what he does. That's his job. Nonetheless, I thought it was remarkable that he went on and had such a fabulous year.
Well, the thing about it is that would be a difficult thing for even a veteran closer to come back from, to get it back together the way that he did. And not only get it together, but just dominate after that. And for somebody that hadn't had any experience closing games, it was remarkable to see the run he went on after he went through that little bad streak of those 4 games.
2-1 to Crisp. And they were tough, right? So Hafner hit a home run in Cleveland. I forget, there was a couple of tough ones in Baltimore. I think somebody go yard in one of them. One of them, I think, was a blown lead late in the game, like extra innings. Hafner in Cleveland. I remember that one clear as bell. 3-1 count. Back with a strike, full count. League was going to be the setup guy last year. Ardsman got hurt, and then the League moved into the closer role. Payoff to Crisp. Got him, 2 outs.
Good movement on that last fastball, 3-2 count. Crisp had to know he was going to get a fastball. Brandon certainly doesn't want to walk him. He started that pitch inside, just ran it right out over the middle of the plate, but it locked Crisp up. Wasn't able to get a swing off on it. Bring up Seth Smith, former Rocky.
Smith's first look at League. 2 outs, bottom of the 11th. Mariners an out away from winning the season opener. Great night for Dustin Ackley. A couple of RBIs. Ichiro, a 4-hit night. Shame Felix Hernandez can't get the win because he was outstanding through 8 strong innings. 1-0 to Smith. Wow, right through the box. Goodness gracious, that was a shave job. Woo, see that?
Yeah, Brandon League knows it. When you throw 96, 97 miles an hour and a hitter squares it up, it'll get back at you in a hurry. Take a look at this.
Man, man.
Right between his glove and his face.
Man. Boy, and he was in good fielding position, but he missed it. That's scary.
And the ball comes back at you over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're only 60 feet away.
Probably less with this follow through, right?
Yeah.
Here's Kurt Suzuki. Two guys played against each other growing up high school ball in Hawaii and Honolulu. Two outs. Suzuki represents a tying run. Nice job by Olivo keeping front. Counts at 1-1. Suzuki counted for the only A's run. That was in the fourth, a 2-out RBI double. So 1-2. Chance to put a wrap on it right here.
Ran the league last year towards the end of the year, started working on a slider to the right-handed hitters after a good fastball. Was working on it in spring training also. His bread and butter has been that split. Let's see what he decides to go to here.
3-1 Mariners, bottom of the 11th. 1-2 the count to Kurt Suzuki. Pitch, got him. Olivo applied the tag, and the Mariners win the opener here in 2012 on a 4-hit night for Ichiro, a 2 RBI night for Dustin Ackley, a save for Brandon League, and Tom Wilhelmsen gets the win.
And it looked like Brandon League went back to the split to finish Suzuki off, but you're right, 11 innings on opening night. Tough way to go, but Ichiro Suzuki with his 4 hits. Top of the order, Dave. A lot has been discussed about the top of the order. They end up producing as Ackley drives in 2 runs. And then Felix Hernandez, again, it's a shame he doesn't get the win, but that's what he's done. As you take a look at Felix in the game, over happy with the victory for his team, but he pitched well again.
Great job. And how about Ichiro in his homecoming? First regular season game being played in his home country. He has a 4-hit night. Tying Ken Griffey Jr. He was the last one to do it, last Mariner to do it on opening day to pick up 4 hits. And a happy Mariner group. How about the night by Dustin Ackley? Got going in a 4th inning. 1-1 count as he led off the inning, Mike, and he powered this one.
I think it's a fastball that's up and out over the plate from McCarthy, who had been throwing the ball well, and he actually pitched a fine game, but Dustin Ackley deposits that ball dead center field up into the seats.
And in the 11th inning, Ackley back at it again.
Impressive to see him get on a fastball that's well above the belt. Not many left-handed hitters have been able to get on a fastball that's going to be in the mid to low 90s up in that area, but Ackley gets on top and hits it hard up the middle to drive in the run.
Ichiro will remember this night. Certainly maybe the most acclaimed baseball player ever in Japan. And look what he does.
And again, we talked about it last year. Infield hits way down. Well, he starts the season off with 2 infield hits. Then a chopper over the mound. This one over in the hole to the shortstop, Pennington. Makes a fine play on Ichiro, able to beat it out by half a step.
Nice work, and Ichimeter is fired up already in the 6th inning. Solid base hit up the middle. And some Mariners would strand a couple there. And then in the 11th.
How about some insurance? Solid base hit back up the middle. Ackley on at second base. He will score to give the Mariners a 3-1 lead. Ichiro will eventually get tagged out on the rundown, but he did his job scoring the runner from second.
Felix Hernandez started and was outstanding in this season opener. 8 strong innings, a 5-hit, 1-run ball, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and 104 pitches.
And that's what he's done. His 5th opening day start for Felix Hernandez. You felt like against the A's, a club that he has really owned. He would pitch well. He did that tonight. Wasn't able to get the run support early enough in the game where he'll factor in for the win, but a fine outing for Felix Hernandez.
So that'll do it. Our first broadcast of the 2012 season. Way to go, Mike. Way to bring them home, huh?
Time for an omelet.
Yeah, you know it. Maybe a couple. We'll be back at it at 2:04 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. For Mike Flowers and our entire crew, I'm Dave Sims. So long from Roots.